Alright, in this video I'm going to be upgrading a 2012 MacBook Pro with a new SSD drive and 8 gigabytes of RAM. This whole thing cost me about $100 Canadian, which is about 70 bucks US. It's not the greatest computer, obviously, but doing these upgrades really enhanced the speed of this computer. Now there's a few screws on the back, you gotta take those out. 3 of them are longer, and they're the 3 that are in the back right side. Now opening this up, the back comes off easily, and then you just need to disconnect the power. This is the SSD that I'm going to be using for this. It's a Samsung, and it came with the other Apple that I have. If you didn't see the other video, I did do a screen swap already, so that's why I already have this one. And to remove the hard drive on this, there's just 2 screws that hold it down, and those screws are attached to a plastic bracket. Now that bracket holds the hard drive in place. So once those 2 screws are out, you can just lift up on the hard drive and pull everything out. And it comes out just like that, and then there's just a push type connector that comes off, and that's it. Now if you have got a brand new SSD, you need to remove the 4 screws that are on the side. There's some associated bushings in the computer that those lock into, but because this SSD came out of the computer that I got used on Facebook, they already have them in there, so I'm just removing it directly. It also has the operating system on it, so I don't really need to upgrade that either. So again, it's just a simple push type connector to connect the hard drive. Then you just need to slot those screws into the bushings that are in the computer. Take the clamp, screw it back into place. And it's really that simple. Obviously, you got to plug the power back in. Now, before I do anything with the RAM, I do want to test it out, because obviously you don't want to do the hard drive and then find out the RAM wasn't good or have issues. So I'll boot it up and make sure it's working. I will show you how to install an operating system at the end of this video, but obviously mine works fine. That's the RAM that comes with this computer. It is 2 gigabytes. You can't see both sticks, but there's one underneath the other one. And these 2 blue sticks are the ones that I got off Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks in total, and they are 4 gigabyte sticks. So I'm going to double the amount of RAM. There's a clip on either side of the RAM. You just need to open it up. It'll allow the RAM to pop upwards, and then you can just pull it straight back. And like I said, it is a 2 gigabyte chip. I don't know who makes this, but it's just a random made in China DDR3 RAM module. To remove the lower one, same process. You just need to ensure that those clips are pushed out a little bit wider to accommodate the second stick of DDR3 to lift up, and then just pull it straight back. Now, insertion is the exact opposite of removal. They come in at a high angle. You also need to make sure that it's oriented in the correct direction. So just push it in at that high angle, and then push it straight down, and it'll automatically lock itself in place. The second one, same deal. Just put it in at an angle and then push it down, and it'll clip into place. Once again, I'll connect the battery to the motherboard, and then I'll flip this thing over and try it again. And in this case, again, it boots up. If you had issues with it, I would try one stick at a time and just make sure that one stick works, and then try both sticks. And you can see I am on Mac OS Catalina version 10.15.7, and you can also see that I've got 8 gigabytes of RAM. Again, DDR3. Switching over to the memory tab, you can see it does have 2 4 gigabyte memory modules. And because they are the same type of memory, it is going to work dual channel memory. And you can also see that I've got the 500 gigabyte solid state hard drive in there with the Mac OS Catalina. Now, to get to Mac OS Catalina from this is a bit of a different story. So if you have a new hard drive, hold down Command and then letter R while you boot this thing up, and then once the Apple logo shows up on the screen, you can release those. It'll give you this Mac OS utilities. You go to disk utility, and this is for a blank disk. I'm going to erase this disk because it was from a used computer. I don't know the owner, someone named Clinton, I guess, judging by this name on the hard drive. I'm going to go to erase the hard drive and erase volume group with formatted APFS. Eventually this thing will erase itself, and then I'm going to restart the computer and do the exact same thing with the Command and the R button as well. I won't get the Apple logo this time. Instead, it's going to go to some internet thing. To do this, it's better to be hooked up directly to the internet as opposed to working with Wi-Fi, although I did do it with Wi-Fi. So you can see that I've got OS Mavericks. I'm not sure if that's just built into the computer and that's why it's trying to boot into that, but either way, I end up getting Mavericks and then upgrading from that. So there's a whole bunch of agreement stuff you got to read while you're doing this. And in this case, it's not actually going to let me proceed. So I have to go back to disk utility, and I wipe it again. I select the Samsung drive, hit erase again, format as Mac OS extended, journaled. I don't name it anything, and I reformatted it as that, and then I go back and reinstall OS X Mavericks. Once again, just clicking through a whole bunch of buttons here until I get to the point where I can select which hard drive to install it on, and then I select, obviously, the hard drive I want it installed on. It takes a while. Again, it's better to be hooked up to the internet, and eventually I get to start working through the welcome package. Now, Mavericks is garbage. You don't want to install that. So if you do end up getting a really old operating system, when you do your first boot up, you can upgrade the operating system from Mavericks to something else. In this case, I went to Catalina, which is the newest version of the operating system that this MacBook Pro can accept. I did have some difficulties because the Apple App Store wasn't working well with Mavericks. What I did was download Google Chrome, and then from Chrome, I went into the App Store, and then I upgraded to Sierra, and then from Sierra to Catalina, and then everything worked fine from there. But it was a bit of a pain having to go to that old operating system first and then upgrading. Now, I'm not going to do any benchmark videos in this. Like I said, it's an old computer. It's not going to be used for gaming. It's not going to be used for video editing. I really just use it for using the internet and then some word processing type stuff. Just really basic stuff as a beater computer. Anyway, thanks for checking out my video. Hope this helps somebody. Don't forget to like and subscribe.